job is to win.
You really want to head back out there, huh?
Oh my gosh, he's Superman!
Tell me what I'm doing here. You're going mad.
You scared?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Thousand more on the way. We don't stand a chance.
And no.
Why aren't you laughing? For me.
He likes that scene. Hello, Easy Nation. Welcome to this is episode 7 of Movie Recap with July Movie Recap. I'm Dark Easy.
And I'm Rainy Cage.
If you don't know how the show works, here's how it goes. We talk about best and worst. Then we talk about movie trailers. Then we talk about movie news. Then we talk about a classic movie review. And then we talk about upcoming movies. Woo! Alright, now, let's begin with best. What is your best movie?
My best movie is by far. My best movie is The Legend of Tarzan. I really like this movie. And since this is continuing the summer of meh, it's like the higher echelon of mess this July. This movie this month was kind of not really that great. And but Legend of Tarzan had a great cast. I know you didn't even see it yet, but it had a good story. I know a lot of people said it was boring, but I thought it was really interesting, and the visuals were really good too. Mm-hmm. And I liked everybody. Some people didn't like Christoph Waltz, but I thought he was really good. I loved Margot Robbie. Sam Jackson was like the comedic relief of the movie. He was funny. I liked the dude that played Tarzan. It was a good movie. You should definitely check it out.
I will eventually. So, but oh well, I missed it. I do have my Christoph Waltz hat on.
It's not really an origin story. I think people went into it thinking it was going to be an origin story.
The way I heard it was the sequel to a Tarzan movie that
never happened.
That never happened.
That's basically what it is. They give you like 5 seconds of Tarzan's origin, and then they start you off with this other story, and then they kind of do flashbacks. So.
But you know, if you're making a Spider-Man movie, no one wants to see Uncle Ben get killed again. But for Tarzan, no, there hasn't been a Tarzan movie in years. I could have done an origin story; it would have been fine.
I don't know, and it's gotten better at the box office. Like, people thought it was going to do horrible, and it actually I think it's made its money back, so.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
But my best movie of the month was definitely, the best movie of the month is the BFG. It stands for Big Friendly Giant. This is Steven Spielberg directing. This was a movie that really took Spielberg back to his roots of his E.T. days. And I really enjoyed this movie. The movie was pretty funny. The motion capture was good. The visual effects were great. And it has some of the funniest fart jokes I've ever seen.
I agree with that. It's the best fart joke in a movie I've ever seen. We were laughing so hard we were crying.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And the kid actor was really great. Really bright future for her because Spielberg knows how to cast good young talent. Alright, and now time to talk about the of the month. So what was your worst?
Well, by far for me, it was Ice Age Collision Course. This is the 5th Ice Age movie, and gosh, I heard that it's like it's the worst box office of any Ice Age movie, so hopefully it'll be the death of Ice Age. It was so bad. I fell asleep during the middle of it. I didn't laugh once. It's just they keep adding more characters that no one cares about, and more slapstick and more poop jokes, and it's just, I couldn't take it.
Yeah, I never saw it because...
Have you seen the other ones?
I saw the first and the second one.
No. Well, good. Those are only 2 good ones.
I don't like the second one, though.
Oh, well.
The first one was it was a really cool movie. It, you know, it had a little human character, and then it was just a really cool, sweet movie. And then the next one it was like, what are they doing? And then I never saw any of them past 2 because
you missed
I don't have a 10-year-old daughter.
That's right.
Alright, my worst movie, by far, if you've been a fan of this show for a while, you know how much crap I talked about this movie. How it's like, why are they rebooting this? It's why... And the trailers were terrible. One of the worst marketing campaigns of all time. That was definitely Ghostbusters. This movie, when I was in the theater, it pissed me off. And when a movie pisses you off while you're watching it, it's just not a good sign. I didn't find most of the actors in the movie funny. I thought Melissa McCarthy, she was Melissa McCarthy. You like her in other movies, then you know what you're getting. The blonde chick, didn't like her. Did not one bit.
Kate McKinnon?
Yep. And then Kristen Wiig, no. The only one I liked was Leslie Jones, and that was it. And Chris Hemsworth was funny, but that was it. I hated this movie. Duh!
Well, I didn't think it was that horrible. It sounds like you're a sexist.
Nope.
If you don't like this movie, you're a sexist. That's what I hear.
That's what Sony said. And man, screw Sony. That's what I'm just gonna say.
I didn't think it was that great, but I didn't think it was that bad either. I liked parts of it.
I hated it, but teach their own.
Yep.
Alright, time for movie trailers. This month we had Comic-Con, and we had Star Wars Celebration. Even though we didn't get a Rogue One trailer, he's still butthurt about it. But we'll talk about that in a second. So the first trailer we're going to talk about is the Justice League trailer. So what'd you think about this?
I thought it was pretty interesting. I liked that Batman was going around recruiting Bruce Wayne. I liked that Bruce Wayne was going around recruiting all the members, and I liked how awesome Aquaman looks. Like, he does not look like the Aquaman that you think about. And then I thought the Flash looked funny, kind of like a Spider-Man for DC's universe. I don't know, that's just what he felt like to me. But, you know, I have to wait and see more. And this wasn't really a trailer, I heard. This is more like
Or just
Comic-Con special footage or something is what they called it on YouTube, I think. But
well, I like DC actually shows their stuff, and Marvel's just like, eh. So, I mean, they don't have to do anything, but they're going to get leaked no matter what happens at Comic-Con. So they might as well just show it. That's kind of my feeling about it. But oh well. Yeah. But yeah, I really like this trailer. It had a little. It's kind of early to tell, but it kind of looked like Zack Snyder listened to the fans that the movies have been a little too dark and brooding, and it had some funny moments to it. Flash definitely. Looks like it's gonna be a little more lighthearted. The Flash, and he's like, don't gotta say anymore. I'm in. He's like, I need friends. So I found that really funny. And yeah, this Justice League, hopefully it's good. After thoughts we're hearing about Suicide Squad, but the next DC movie, it looks really cool too, and that is Wonder Woman.
good segue. This was my favorite trailer of Comic-Con, probably of the month, really. I really liked the Wonder Woman trailer. I love that we get that it's completely different director outside. She's the only other movie she's done has been kind of like this other smaller, you know, independent movie. And I think Gal Gadot, she was awesome in Batman v Superman as Wonder Woman, I thought, anyways. I like her theme song. I like Captain Kirk in there.
It's like a lost episode of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk getting stranded on an island of women. That's a Captain Kirk adventure right there.
There was a lot of funny moments in the trailer, and the action looked spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious what the story's going to be. Who's going to be the villain? If I had my way, I would have it be Ares, the God of War, because he's always a classic character to go up against Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman deals with Greek mythology, and
she said her father was.
She said she didn't have a father. She was clay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And this could be a mix kind of between like Thor and the first Captain America movie, being a timepiece, and I don't know. It looks like a really cool movie, and it's our first female-led superhero movie.
You don't count Catwoman.
Catwoman's not a superhero.
Yeah, I'm pumped for this movie. When does this movie come out? Next year?
Yeah, it comes out in June.
No, June. Okay.
So it'll be a summer movie.
Yep.
And now we'll talk about a movie that's coming out this year this was my favorite trailer of Comic-Con probably. And that was Doctor Strange. I really enjoyed this trailer. I thought it was pretty awesome. What'd you think?
I thought it was okay. I don't know what it is about Doctor Strange. I'm just not getting pumped about it. Maybe it looks too much like Inception, and I don't like Inception, but I did like that we got a little bit more story in this trailer, but it still felt like there wasn't enough. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be one of the movies that it's going to be too many layers, too into itself. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but we'll see. You know, I give Marvel the benefit of the doubt, unlike DC. So everything they've done, especially new IPs, has been spectacular. So we'll see. And I do like what's his name?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Yes, I like Benedict Cumberbatch.
I really like Mads Mikkelsen's villain. I like Titular Ejiofor in there. The funny part at the end, it's like, what's this? He's like, it's a Wi-Fi password.
Oh yeah,
we're not savages.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was my favorite part of the trailer.
But this movie looks really cool. It looks different from any of the Marvel movies we've seen so far.
That's true.
And when you've had 13 or 14 Marvel movies, it's kind of hard to keep it fresh. And this looks like it's going to keep it a little fresh and different. And I'm really looking forward to this movie. November can't get here soon enough. Alright, and now the next movie we're talking about, it's not a movie. We're going to talk about the Star Wars Rebels trailer. So, what do you think about this one?
I thought this was the best trailer of Star Wars Celebration because we didn't get any other trailers, and it was amazing. The only one thing I didn't like about it was we're probably not going to see any Ahsoka this season.
Which I'm fine with.
That makes me sad a little bit because Ahsoka's my favorite, but it did look really cool, and I love seeing what's-his-name turn into the dark side. It's going to be awesome.
The thing that got me in the trailer was whenever you see Target in there, and the girls, and you see the governor or whatever her name is,
yeah.
she's like, Target's like, what are you going to do about these? He's like, I need someone who can get in the mind. And you see Thrawn. And when I saw it, I was like, Thrawn! And if you don't know, Admiral Thrawn was a character in the original, he was in the original expanded universe. It was the first, it was like back in the 90s or whatever, when Star Wars was kind of dead. There hadn't been any new Star Wars news or anything. And Thrawn was this villain who, what he does is, he looks at, in order to take down an enemy, he looks at a person's art. And he looks at the people he's fighting's art, and that's how he gets into their minds. And he's kind of like the Khan of the Star Wars universe.
Like learns about their culture and stuff like that.
So it's just this really smart guy. When's the last time you've seen a Star Wars villain not have the Force?
Well, like a good one?
Yeah.
Yeah, not in a while.
So it's going to be really interesting to see someone who's threatening in the mind instead of just his brute strength. And I'm glad hopefully there's no Inquisitors in this season.
Yeah.
So
I'm done with Inquisitors.
So I'm looking forward to this next season of Star Wars Rebels. I love the first two seasons. It's my favorite TV show of Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, I like Rebels a lot better than Clone Wars.
I think it's okay. We are going to get some more Darth Maul, though, too.
Yeah, Darth Maul looks cool, too. And probably some Vader.
Yeah.
So, I'm just curious how long this show is going to go. And I'm curious if there's going to be any Rogue One tie-ins this season. Right, because the season should end right before Rogue One comes out.
Didn't they take, like, a hiatus last year? Where they, stopped like in November or something, and then picked it back up in January or something like that.
Yeah, it's called mid-season break. All shows do that.
So won't they do that again before Rogue One?
Yeah, but it'll be right before Rogue One, so
maybe the mid-season finale will have some kind of tie-in.
Yeah, or it could be a character that shows up because we still, the Rebel show is about them building the rebellion, and the Rogue One could be the rebellion it's the same rebellion throughout the show. And they're building up to that point in episode 4 where they go up against the Empire. So the Rogue One could be their first really big move as an army against the Empire or something. So you never know.
Yeah.
So, alright, now let's get back to movies. Now, this was the trailer that I kind of teared up in this trailer.
Oh.
And I love war movies. I'm a history buff. And Mel Gibson, say what you want about Mel Gibson, he's nuts. But Braveheart's one of my favorite movies of all time.
He's a great director.
And this looks amazing. It's called Hacksaw Ridge. What'd you think about this?
Oh, it looked pretty cool. I liked seeing Spidey.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield, yeah. I liked seeing him. playing this dramatic role, and I really liked it. I thought it looked good. I didn't get teared up maybe, but at first, like the first 30 seconds or so, I was like, what is this about exactly? Because it looked kind of like Full Metal Jacket at the beginning, because like he just was like a horrible trainee in the army, but towards the end I felt where they were going with it, so I think it'll be interesting. This is coming out here pretty soon.
November.
Yeah.
So it'll definitely be an Oscar movie if it's any good. And yeah, this looks really good to me. So I'll be looking forward to that. All right. And the place where Mel Gibson is in La La Land.
I thought this trailer looked awesome. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone looked like I really have no idea what this movie's about. It's definitely like a love story and maybe a musical. That's what it kind of feels like. But the trailer, just the music, how they went around with the trailer, it looked beautiful, and I just really like the 2 stars. And I forget who the director is, but they had done only one other movie. Oh yeah, the director of Whiplash, which was really good.
One of my favorite movies of 2014.
So I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks cool, and it looks like an Oscar kind of movie. That
it's like Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling's like 3rd or 4th collaboration with each other, and they must like working with each other, and this could be good. I don't know what to expect, but you're right. Whiplash was a fantastic movie, and maybe he'll go for 2 for 2.
maybe.
All right, and now the movie that looks interesting. It was supposed to come out this year, but got pushed back, and that is King Arthur: Legend of the Sword. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, this movie was supposed to come out last week, according to one of my movie apps, because it kept popping up. It's time to go see King Arthur. But I thought it looks kind of cool. What was that last movie he did, Guy Ritchie? Man from U.N.C.L.E. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's a Guy Ritchie film because of his style. But I do love the King Arthur lore. I have several King Arthur movies that aren't very good, but I love the story of King Arthur, and so that alone got me excited.
I like how they painted the story about he didn't want to be king, and it kind of paints a story like George Washington about he didn't want to be king, and sometimes the best leaders are the ones who don't want power.
And it had a modern feel to it, kind of like gosh.
Now let's move on to Kong Skull Island.
I thought you were saying Con. I was like, what? Yeah, Kong Skull Island looked cool. It felt like a war movie at the beginning, and how Sam Jackson kind of narrates the beginning. I was pumped, and then when you see Kong, I was like, holy crap. Maybe when Kong and Godzilla team up in the future movies, they'll actually show us the fight scenes. That would be really cool, right?
I like Godzilla, so shut your mouth. And Godzilla, it took pages from Jaws, which is a movie you enjoyed last month in our classic movie review.
Yeah.
And I enjoy Godzilla, and even you say whenever Godzilla takes the monster and shoots Hyper Beam down its damn throat, it's amazing. So Kong Skull Island's got great cast. It's got Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki. You had John Goodman, who was so good in 10 Cloverfield Lane. This looks like a good movie. This comes out early 2016. Comes out in March. So I'm really looking forward to this movie.
That's cool. Yeah.
Alright, and now it's time to move on to movie news. We have 5 movie stories to talk about, so let's talk about it. Our first big movie story news is Han Solo. He's getting a trilogy.
Maybe.
Sure, why not? I don't know why they want to do a Han Solo trilogy, but I can understand it's cha-ching.
Well, I heard they explained it more on Movie Talk, and they said the story, it's really he got signed for 3 movies, so he may not necessarily be doing a trilogy. Maybe he's going to be sprinkled in other movies.
So you could see so maybe he shows up in another movie, like a Boba Fett movie.
Yeah.
So okay, I mean that sounds.
But I don't know, and they may be talking about a trilogy. Who knows? Let's wait and see what the first Han Solo movie's like, and then we'll see if I'm excited about a trilogy. I don't know. It's going to be hard for this dude to live up to Harrison Ford.
So yeah, I really like the guy. He was in He was in that movie earlier this year with the Coen brothers.
Oh yeah.
And he was really good in the movie. And and since he got cast, I was like, okay, we'll see what you got next. So I'm looking forward to the Han Solo movie, but right now I'm looking more forward to Episode 8 and then the Rogue One movie. So it's kind of hard to think about Han Solo at the moment.
Yep. We're way out.
Yeah. So our next movie story is Brie Larson is confirmed as Captain Marvel. Are you happy with this?
Yes. Very hot. Brie Larson. Smoking hot. Great actress. I loved her in The Room. She was fantastic in that movie.
Mm-hmm. She wasn't my first choice, but I can't.
Who was your first choice?
Emily Blunt.
Oh, okay. Well, after Emily Blunt in what was that horrible movie we watched?
Snow White.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get Emily Blunt from Edge of Tomorrow, Looper, Adjustment Bureau, Emily Blunt, and
That is.
you ever seen that?
I guess not.
I just bought that on Blu-ray. I rewatched it. I'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah.
It's based. So I would like to see her more than Brie Larson, but hey, Brie Larson just won an Oscar. Can't blame Marvel for doing it, and I'm looking forward to this movie. All right, the next movie story is there's not going to be a time jump in Episode 8, the first time in Star Wars history. What do you think about this?
I'm fine with it.
So I would probably prefer there to be a time jump, just because then we can have Rey be more of a force sensitive Jedi, and then we could have seen the characters grow a little more off screen. So maybe I would have preferred it a little more than that, but I don't know. So
yeah, I mean, it does make me worried that so we're going to get a lot of training in this. Probably.
Rocky.
Yeah. But, yeah, we'll see. I don't care. As long as the movie's good.
But I trust Rian Johnson, and I trust Disney with Star Wars. So, we'll see.
Yep.
Alright, the next is Pokemon!
Gotta get your mom.
So, we're getting a live-action Pokemon movie. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
But I think we will, since the popularity of Pokemon Go. The question is it going to be a Pokemon movie based off the series? Is it going to be a Pokemon movie based off Pokemon Go? Or it's just going to be a Pokemon? So I think it kind of be interesting if...
Rumors were that it's going to be called Pokemon Detective, and it's going to be based off of some other storyline that they've done before where Pikachu is a little detective, so...
Let's hope it's not do that.
That right there was like, I was like, okay, well, I'm not excited about a Pokemon movie now.
See, I could pitch a good Pokemon story with Pokemon Go where you get the Pokemon Go and then the Pokemon they magically appear in the world, and
awesome.
that's a movie right there.
Yep.
And
or go with the old show, or go with the old movies.
And to see what Jungle Book did with animation, putting the creatures in real life.
Yeah.
You could totally do something like that for a Pokemon movie.
Yeah, let's hope it's not what I was reading about, because that's what Legendary or whoever just got the rights to it. That was supposedly where they were going with it.
Well, I heard Max Landis had a pitch for Pokemon. It was just basically him, and it was basically just a guy with a Pokemon. It was just a really good home field movie, but they didn't want that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll get Power Rangers out first. That's all anybody cares about right now.
Well, Pokemon and Power Rangers are my two loves from my childhood.
Yeah.
So if Power Rangers is successful, I'll probably want to see a Pokemon movie. All right, next, the final movie story of the month is Batman. Movie is going to be an Arkham Asylum lockdown movie. What do you think of this one?
That sounds kind of cool. Because we don't really need an origin story or none of that nonsense again. We've gotten that 1,000 times. I'm ready for just Ben Affleck, to take control. Let him do whatever he wants. Every movie he's directed, I've loved. So, and he's been a good Batman so far.
Mm-hmm. Probably the best.
Yeah, I heard he's good in Suicide Squad.
I mean, when I rewatch Batman v Superman, every other actor who's played Batman has a rough transition by playing both Batman and Bruce Wayne, and Ben Affleck does a perfect job of playing both characters. And that's just the part of playing Batman. And this movie, it sounds like it could be kind of based off like the Arkham Asylum games, where
That's what I thought about.
and you get some multiple Batman villains. And what Ben Affleck said, he's going to base it off the original script, and Ben Affleck directing and writing the movie. Perfect.
Pretty awesome.
All right, and now it's time to move on to classic movie series. In the month of January, we watched
Who knows?
What It. In February, we watched Back to the Future. In March, we watched I, Robot. In April, we watched The Godfather. In May, we watched Independence Day. In the month of June, we watched Jaws. In the month of July, we watched
Waterworld.
So Randy Cage made me watch Waterworld, and I don't really know why.
It's one of my guilty pleasure movies.
Yeah, I guess so. It was okay. It wasn't great. Well, it wasn't great at all.
Oh, come on.
But I can understand why you get a guilty pleasure of it. It's more of like a water version of Mad Max.
It's, post-apocalyptic, Kevin Costner. You know, I don't know. I like it. I like the villain in it. I don't know. It's a guilty pleasure movie of mine.
So it was okay. I mean, like I said, it didn't win no rewards or anything. Kevin Costner is Kevin Costner.
Let's hear your rating.
And am I rating?
Mm-hmm. If you were rating it,
C minus.
C minus. I'd probably give it a big easy scale. I'd give it a good B plus. A, maybe. 4 out of 5.
So that's the month of July, and it's time to make Mr. Rainy Cage suffer. This is a movie I've been wanting him to watch for a while, since I first saw it. But there was always a movie I was like, oh, let's make him watch this. Let's make him watch this. It's finally time. We're going back to the 40s. We are watching a black and white movie he's probably going to hate. And that is Casablanca.
When did you watch this?
Back in December.
And you liked it?
I loved it.
Loved it.
Loved it. It's got a great script. It's hilarious. It's got a little romantic feeling, and there's some iconic movie quotes. You'll be like, huh. And it's a great movie. I think if you can get past it being black and white,
Okay.
which I don't know if you will or not. I think you will really like it.
Alright. It's better than your other choice, I guess.
You like Jaws?
No, I like Jaws, yeah.
Plus Casablanca is only like an hour and a half long, too.
Oh, sweet. Casablanca, me up. Is there a sequel?
But, yeah, it's only an hour and 40 minutes or something.
Alright.
And then, like, The Aviator was like 2.5 hours long, so. Alright, now it's time to talk about upcoming movies. The first movie that's coming out next week is
Suicide Squad.
Now this is the third DC movie coming out. It's got DC's all their bad guys, worst heroes ever, and the trailers have looked good. The marketing campaign's been really good. The reviews have kind of been crap, but we'll see.
We'll see. I'm still planning on going and seeing it on Thursday, but
David Ayer is still 2 out of 3 for me. Fury and End of Watch, great movies.
what was the other?
Sabotage, that stupid Arnold movie.
Oh, I never watched that.
So,
Well, this was my second most anticipated movie this summer. It was definitely my most anticipated movie of the month, so I'm pumped for this movie. Hopefully. At this point, after reading reviews, if Harley Quinn is good, that's all I care about now. Just make Harley Quinn be good, and I'll be fine.
yeah. Alright, now it's time to move on to the next day. August 12th. The first movie is Pete's Dragon. What do you think about this one?
I'm pumped for this movie. There's reviews already out for it too. It's in the 80s right now.
That's
I think.
good.
Yeah, and the cast looks great. Like I said, it looks like a live-action How to Train Your Dragon to me. That's one of my favorite anime movies ever. So, and I love they just recently did like a 60-second trailer where it had the boy like whistling or singing a song. Oh my gosh, the trailer was amazing. I loved it.
So to quote Bang, we're not powerful boys.
What? Oh. And, you know, who knows? It may be a little too kiddie, because there are a couple parts in the trailers where I was like, but...
I just want a fun movie.
Yeah. I hope it's as good as I...
This summer, as you said, the summer of meh, And they're
Oh yeah.
so
I'm leaving the summer, man. Hopefully it doesn't continue that.
yeah.
And I don't have any. I've never seen the original material, so
Nearby and Dragon, sign me up.
that's right. Even if he's got fur, I don't care.
Why is he furry? All right, to move along. Next is I think this could be really good. Though.
Could be.
And it looks every trailer I just laughed and laughed. And Seth Rogen and his team of writers are hilarious. And that is Sausage Party. And this looks hilarious.
This hard R animated movie. Now this is also got reviews on. It has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not right now with like 17 reviews. But then I watched John Campion's review, and he hated it. He gave it his worst score and said it was horrible. So who knows? But Seth Rogen is very hit or miss with me. I hated This Is the End, but then I love Neighbors. So you know.
And Neighbors too.
Yeah. So his creation team, you know. Who knows? It's a very interesting idea. It looks like Toy Story with food and adult.
So let's hope it's not like Secret Life of Pets, where it was just, pets with toy stories.
Yeah. Well, I think just it being rated R is going to lend itself to some cool stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen an R-rated.
Yeah, I can't really think of one either. Yeah.
So, I mean, the only one I can think of is just Batman the Killing Joke, movie I just saw. But that's it. So, alright. The next movie in the day of 19th is...
Well, and the Two Strings.
I couldn't read the writing.
Yeah. Animation, 2 animated movies to be pumped about this month. This movie, I don't really like the Leica or whatever, their animation style.
You don't like claymation?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, but just the story on this one and how he's got like cool like paper bending or powers or something. I don't know what it's like. But everything I've seen for that, it's got a great voice cast. Matthew McConaughey's in there randomly. And I'm really pumped for this movie. Could be kind of this under-the-radar animated movie this year.
We'll see.
Some of the animated movies this year have been, especially this summer.
There's been so many of them.
It's true, but...
We're getting burnt out on them. Me personally. So I know that's one of your 2 favorite genres.
It is.
But for me, it's hit or miss. And this one, I'm not a big fan of claymation, but I can appreciate it. And we'll see. All right, the next movie is War Dogs with Jonah Hill and Miles Teller. What do you think about this one?
It's by the creator of Hangover, director of Hangover.
All 3 hangovers, though.
It's true. Yeah, this one I'm not as excited about. I'll just go in hoping for a good time, like with all the comedies this summer. But I do really like Jonah Hill and Miles Teller. And the trailers have been pretty good, I thought. I mean, they made me laugh and stuff, so.
Miles Teller needs a hit. After, I haven't seen him anything. Whiplash, fantastic in. But Fan 4-Stick, garbage. But it wasn't totally his fault, but still, he hasn't done anything to wipe our minds clean of it. So we need a good movie from Miles Teller. And Jonah Hill...
What about Divergent? He's in those.
So anyways, a movie that's not even getting a sequel in theaters. So...
As far as we know right now, that has not been confirmed. Yet.
When the studio moves your movie to TV, even the studio events, the movies are garbage.
They should not. They did this. I'm glad Infinity War and them are not splitting their movie up now, because that's just they've learned that that's just not the way to go.
Yeah, but once you watch Harry Potter, you'll be like, okay, that was a good reason to split the movie into 2 parts.
Yeah, but then now everybody copied it, and then none of worked since.
Harry Potter did it for story, and Twilight, Hunger Games, and
now Divergent.
And now Divergent, they did it for money.
Even though it doesn't say part 1 and part 2, it was only a 3-book series, and so we don't need 2 movies for the end.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
So the next movie is Ben-Hur. This is a remake. Morgan Freeman has dreads for some reason, and this movie just looks terrible. Jesus did it.
I don't know, it looks terrible, but there has not been a good Sword and Sandals movie in a long time, and this movie reeks of like a lesser Gladiator. Like the story looks very Gladiator-ish, but just it doesn't look as polished or as good. So, I mean, I'll probably go see it, but I'm not like anticipated greatness here.
I love Roman history, but
Yeah.
why is Jesus in it? But I heard he's in the original one or something.
Yeah,
And there was like nods to it or something.
Supposedly the original was like really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard too. But I don't understand why you remake this. So, I mean, something like Magnificent Seven, yes. Now, Magnificent Seven, that's a movie prone for adaptation because, you know, it was originally, the first version was just a remake of the Seven Samurai movie. So, that's prone for a reboot. But Ben-Hur, no, get out of here.
I mean, if Ridley Scott or somebody was doing it, then I'd or freaking Mel Gibson, then I'd be super pumped. But, you know, this looks like direct-to-DVD kind of movie.
Yep. Alright. Next movie is The Mechanic.
Resurrection.
I'm not looking for this one bit.
I cannot remember the first one at all. I literally cannot remember one scene from the first movie. Who knows if I even saw it? I think I did, but I'm going to go back and rewatch it, and if it is, you know, at least average, then I will go see this new one, because the trailers look kind of cool, like when he's under the pool and he breaks it, and Jessica Alba's in it. So, and I like Jason Statham. I like the Transporter movies, and he hasn't really been in anything here lately. So,
yeah, he was in that last Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah,
he was really funny in Spy.
Yeah,
and that was probably the best Jason Statham movie I've seen in a while, just because he was doing something different. So, very fun, I guess, or it's just going complete garbage.
I just don't want to pick this over Transporter. Like, I would have rather seen him in another Transporter movie, or maybe he got a whiff of the new Transporter movie and was like, I'm going to pass on that because it's garbage.
Okay, sorry.
So.
And then the final movie of the month is
Don't Breathe.
Alright, so Don't Breathe is a horror thriller movie.
Yep.
Starring the guy who's Daredevil. He can't see. That was my joke. Okay. He can't see, and they're trying to steal money or something. And yeah.
He's the bad guy in Avatar. He's the he was in that show we just recently watched, The Badlands. He was in a wheelchair in that show. So yeah, he's a blind dude, and some kids break into his house, and he's not a very good guy. He's a murderer.
He goes Liam Neeson on it.
Yeah. So like, I got to give it props for being a little bit of, you know, a little original in the horror genre. And I like in the trailer how they showed audience reactions to the, which they do that in every horror movie anymore, but I don't know. I mean, we're grasping at straws here, but it's the end of August, so if it's halfway decent, we'll see. I've actually watched more horror movies this year than I normally do, so I figured might as well keep on going.
Yep. And that will end summer. What a mass summer is.
I don't see a whole lot of these, like, after Suicide Review. Maybe Pete's Dragon, maybe Sausage Party, maybe Kubo and the Two Strings.
Maybe War Dogs.
Maybe.
So we'll see. And that concludes episode 7 of Monthly Recap Show. So, Rainy Cage, where can we find you online?
You can find me at rainycage.com. It's the best place to go for movie reviews. Just saying.
Alright, you can find me on my Facebook page at Darth Easy, Twitter page Darth Easy, and on my YouTube page Darth Easy. And until next time,
Peace out.
all too easy.